Alright, my name is Ethan Halo. I'm going to show you how to disassemble, assemble, and clean your gun after every hunt. Well, not every hunt, but as far as you want to. So first, on a pump shotgun, you're going to want to cock it down. Take this, unscrew it. And if you have a sling, you probably want to take the sling off, or you can leave it on. Sling off, you probably just leave it like that. Pull out your barrel, then you're left with this. Put your pieces down, make sure you don't lose anything. And then there's a bunch of different techniques you can do. There's just a spray if you want to just spray out the outside, and so it's not so rusty or something. Maybe rain when you're hunting. And then for the bore, there's a snake, which many people like to use. They could spray oil on it maybe or something, but it scrapes it down, gets it nice and clean, then it wipes it off. Or there's just a regular, I don't know really what you call it, but you stick it down your tube and before you hunt, maybe if you don't really want to clean it because you didn't shoot it much. Or here's pretty much like, instead of using a snake, you use this, and there's a bunch of different attachments. There's this, there's a softer one, just to get all the oils out. There's just, whatever you freaking call that, but yeah. So for this, you probably, most of the time you probably just leave the barrel on the gun without disassembling it, but you usually just take this, but most of the time you go on the top, you just put it down the barrel, then it'll stop once it hits the action. You just pull it right back out, give her a nice clean, do about 4 or 5 times. That's all I like to do with that one. But that's mostly if maybe I went hunting, didn't shoot much, but it was raining, bad day or something. For this, you're just gonna spray the outside of the barrel, but this is wrapped, so there's no point in using these. But if you got a regular gun with the wood stock and the metal showing, you're gonna want to use this because it gets all that rust off unless you have wipes. But then this, I like to go, let's see here. This is kind of an older one. But I like to take this, screw it on, down like so, and then you go up and down, and this is gonna clear all that junk that's stuck on it. Push it down, pull it back, do that 5, 6 times, back and forth. Now we'll clean all the gunk off, but that gunk will still be stuck in there. So you're gonna want to twist it off. Put this little fuzzy one on, it's kind of works as like a mop. What I like to do with this one, there's many ways you can clean it out like it, but this way's easier. You're gonna wanna, I think this is brand new, so you're gonna wanna open this up. Just put a couple drops on the sides, like so. And this is just bore cleaner. It just helps clean it out, gets it nice and shiny. You stick it in there and go up and down the tube, back and forth, like so. Gets it nice and clean. You can always tell when it's ready to be cleaned, because if you look on the inside, you'll see a bunch of gunpowder and a bunch of lines from the shells. The shells with the BBs going through it, scratching it up. That's pretty much what those do. This right here gets all that off, so then you have more tight pattern, not tight pattern, but better flight. Oops. More accurate, I should say, not a better flight. And also you can use like these patches. You'll take one of these, take this attachment, has like a little cylinder or like a little slit in it. Then take your bore cleaner or whatever you got, put a couple drops on it, fold it, make sure it's soaked in there, then flip it to the other side. slide it through this little slit. It's kind of hard. Then pull it through. I don't really like to use this because it doesn't do much. I like to use like a little cloth attachment. You screw this on there. I mean, like look at the size of this little cloth compared to that. I mean, you know how much better cleaning it's gonna do. And it's the same thing, you just put it in there, and I like to twirl it if I use it, make sure it gets the sides. Doesn't do much for me, but you can put 3 or 4 on there when you first do it without any bore cleaner. You can see how dirty it is if you really want to, or you can take regular napkin, put it through there, but I like to use the stuff that Hobbs make. Hobbs makes really good stuff for gun cleaning. And then you have, what I like to call it, a snake. I'm pretty sure everybody calls it a snake. But you got that. Then you can take a few drops of this bore cleaner. And we tore this apart at the end so it cleans it better. You can put it on there like that. And then there's this little copper head at the bottom of this rope. You don't want to put it in that way because how are you supposed to do that? So they designed it so you drop it in there like that. And it comes out the end of the barrel. And you just pull it through like that. It's tight. But what these work as, this is if you don't want to use the rod. It's the same concept. It's got like the little copper bristles on it. But then if you really want to, you could go through your trigger assembly, which is on this Supernova. You push these in, well, you'd go from this side. You push these in, and then this would fall out. Your trigger assembly would fall out, but I don't like to do that because there's a lot of moving parts in there that you do not want to lose. You don't want to do it if you don't know what you're doing, which I made that mistake and I had to send it back to Benelli. Right, because I went out hunting and we had a pretty good hunt, but I only could put 2 shells in it because it wouldn't bring in that third. So you don't want to mess with that stuff. But in here you can just take whatever you want, but instead of, I'm just going to put it back together. Alright, now once you have it all back together, you can take, I mean the snake will work fine, but I like to use this better when I have it all back together. Take this is, since your barrel is clean, but where your shells come through, you want that clean because that actually gets just as dirty as the barrel does. So you don't want to, make sure the barrel is not pointing at you, even though it's loaded, but you want to have safe practice at all times. Make sure it comes down to here, and just move it back and forth. And get that cleaned at the bottom there. Pull it back out. Like I said, we didn't show you how to use this. I mean, there's not really an explanation, but you just take it and spray down your gun. Spray gun down. Maybe it's full of mud or whatever. And then you just wipe it down. You can get it all nice and shiny if you want. There you go. And then if you have a sling, just sling back up, put it on, and man, you're ready to go hunting again. So I recommend, depending on how many birds you shot, how many times it was fired, or what kind of cleaning, if you go out and you just fire a whole box of shells, 2 boxes through it, you're gonna want to do a whole. You want to go through the whole thing and clean it up, make sure it's good. Because make sure dirt, nothing, water, anything's out of the barrel, because you can go on YouTube and watch videos where maybe there's mud stuck in there and somebody went to shoot it and the banana peeled on them. You don't want that. So the video I showed you how to clean the gun properly, take it apart properly, and put it back together, and showed you how to
components that I like to use. I mean, people have their certain
ways of doing cleaning guns and
own techniques, but this is how I like to do it. So
thanks for watching.